Hello and welcome to my first video. In this video, I will show you how to catch a shiny of every Scarlet Paradox Pokemon. Hope you enjoy the video and let's get right into it. First, always make sure to save before making your sandwich so you can reload if you don't get your shiny. For our first hunt, we will be getting a shiny Slitherwing. Here we will be making a fighting type sandwich instead of a bug one to prevent Venomoth and Frostmoth spawns. After making your sandwich, the next step is to jump off into the crater, which will bring you to the start where the story dropped you off. The little area with the fences up ahead is where we'll be hunting the shiny Slitherwing. As you approach the fenced area, a few Slitherwing will start to appear as well as one or two groups of Meditite. Start by taking out these Meditite with your partner Pokemon to allow for more Slitherwing spawn. You may need to chase the Meditite as they sometimes run away, as you can see here in this clip. Now that the Meditite are gone, you can start to search for that shiny Slitherwing. As you can see me doing in the clip, you will want to slowly walk away from the Slitherwing in the distance to despawn them. If the Slitherwing ever gets in a cluster or too close to you, then start to trim them down with your partner. You do not want to take out more than 2 or 3 Slitherwing at a time, or else the Meditite groups will return. This clip here is a clip of a few seconds of me shiny hunting before I found my first Slitherwing. This method is very efficient and I was able to get 2 shiny Slitherwings for my one sandwich. Now we have our shiny Slitherwing. For our next shiny, I will be getting Screamtail. I will be making a fairy sandwich here and not a psychic one so we don't get any unwanted S-Path response. The fairy sandwich will also increase Fluttermane spawns as well, but in our hunting area only a few spawn at a time and are not too difficult to ignore. However, you can completely stop them from spawning by going during the day when Fluttermane cannot spawn. To hunt Screamtail, I'm going to be going down to Research Station 4 and then run down this passageway going back and forth between these 2 openings. Keep doing this until you find your shiny. Now with our shiny Screamtail, we will move on to my next shiny and my favorite shiny Paradox Pokemon, Roaring Moon. You can use a Dragon or Dark Sandwich here as they increase about the same spawns. Next we are going to head down to Research Station 3, and as most of you already know, we are going to the hidden cave where Roaring Moon spawned abundantly. For those of you who do not know, it is next to this tree that I'll be coming up on, and you have to slip through the rocks here. This hunt is very similar to Slitherwings, where we'll be first going to use our partner to get rid of the group spawns, as you can see me doing here. After that, you are going to use your partner to get rid of the spawns close to you and to spawn the further ones. The only difference is that you should stay in the circle ruin pattern on the floor and just keep your distance from the lake. If you do get too close to the lake, only a few Golduck or Vaporeon will spawn, which isn't a big deal, but it is just a slight annoyance as getting rid of them too quickly could bring back the group spawns. On my first attempt, I did not get a shiny, but after just one reset, I got 4 shinies just a few minutes apart, these being 2 shiny Roaring Moon and 2 shiny Zuelis. However, I missed out on the second shiny Zuelis as it despawned itself while I caught the Roaring Moon. Now we have Shiny Roaring Moon, and after that great hunt, we will be moving on to Brute Bonnet, who in my opinion is the easiest Scarlet Paradox Pokemon to shiny hunt. For this hunt, we will be making a grass shiny sandwich. A dark one will not work here because we will get lots of Zoella spawns. The grass shiny sandwich is a bit hard to make, but here I'll show you a way to make it pretty effectively. If you look at me constructing the sandwich, you can see there are actually 3 different orientations of the lettuce, and if you place the matching ones on top of each other, as you see me doing here, the lettuce won't really fall off the sandwich. Next, we're going to head back down to Research Station 4, and then we're going to head down this path here and jump down to this crystal. Then start to approach this rock, and as you do, you'll begin to see some Brute Bonnet begin to spawn. As I said before, shiny Brute Bonnet is easy and relatively effortless to hunt and catch. All you need to do is run up to the very edge of the crystal to give as much space as possible for Brute Bonnet to spawn. The spawn cap is 15, so wait until there are about that many. Then, before you despawn them, use your Cordon's Hop to double check that there aren't any shinies at the back of the rock. If there are none, then despawn them and repeat. Now we have shiny Brute Bonnet, and are over halfway done with the Scarlet Paradox Pokemon. Next we'll move on to Great Tusk. Next, for our Great Tusk shiny hunt, I will be making a fighting type shiny sandwich. This is the only viable option because we don't want Dugtrio, Gibble, and Gibite spawning. Next, we'll head back down to Research Station 4 once again. We'll be hunting in this open area right here, similar to Screamtail. However, I recommend only going far enough down this passageway that you'd spawn all the Great Tusks and no further. This is because of Great Tusk's larger size, which when in the small passageway is a big deal because you can get stuck in a battling cycle. Also, as you can see here, some Great Tusk will spawn inside the walls. While passing by, make sure to check to make sure you don't miss a shiny. If one happens to be a shiny, you can battle it by holding down ZR and pressing ZL to throw a Pokeball. Unfortunately, I lost a clip of me catching these shinies. but I was able to get 3 as you can see here. Great Tusk Shiny has a bright yellow, so you should have no problem looking for it. Next up is Fluttermane. I'll be making a ghost sandwich, but I believe a fairy one can work too, because I don't think Screamtail can spawn where I'll be hunting. So here I'm going to be going to the very bottom of Area 0 to this large area with shallow water. I recommend going during the day because you don't have to worry about accidentally starting a battle. As you see here, during the day, no Fluttermane will spawn. You may notice that if you hold the target button, you might see some name tags for Fluttermane but no Pokemon. Ignore these, they do nothing. Also, you can time skip in this game by saving and then closing the game. After you change the time and reload the game, the time will have changed. The day-night cycles in this game are 36 minutes each. To hunt for Fluttermane, run around in the water until you find the shiny. They should be the only Pokemon that appears. If normal Fluttermane starts to appear, then it has become night again. Last but not least, I'll be showing you how to get your own shiny Sandy Shocks. Here I'll be using an electric sandwich and not a ground one to avoid Phanpy and Donphan spawns. For this hunt, I'll be going down to Research Station 2. When you load in, the dirt hillish area while I'll be hunting will be on your left. So once you get to this area I'm currently at, to hunt Sandy Shocks, you are going to need to run around this hill area, and I'm also going to recommend going between the top and bottom of this hill to cycle spawns well. Also, don't stray too far from the dirt covered area because Raichu and Palmy will start to spawn, fill your spawn cap. To find your shiny, what you'll be looking for is the tips of the magnets on Sandy Shock's feet and arms. The face is also a different color, but that's a little hard to tell the difference at some spots of the Great Crater due to the intense sunlight. The tips of regular Sandy Shocks are red and blue. Although these spots are small, they become quite noticeable when you look out for them. The tips of shiny Sandy Shock's limbs are black, so it is easy to tell them apart due to the lack of bright colored limbs. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video and want to see more like it in the future, then like and subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions for things I can improve upon, please comment down below. That's all, and I hope you enjoy your shiny Scarlet Paradox Pokemon.